Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about some more positive news recently released around Tesla stock, and of course with just generally Tesla as a company as well. The stock and the company are very interrelated, as I've mentioned in previous news videos. When we do talk about these positive news pieces, they give a lot of hints towards the future of Tesla, where the typical investor will have like a late reaction in the sense that they are buying based off of something occurring, whereas with us investors that are paying attention to the things happening right now and the hints directing towards the future of Tesla, we can kind of get some perspective and insight. And that basically means that we have knowledge of the likelihood of things happening in the future, in which further on into the future, if those things actually end up happening and it's successful and it's announced, then investors may have a positive reaction on that. It could cause it to go up in share price. A good example of this would be like with the compact car job listings in China. And my impression from that is that a compact car could be coming pretty soon for Tesla, especially in China, where that will actually be really popular in my opinion. So a huge revenue source possibility if they do decide to create a compact car soon. We all know that it's inevitable, so when that gets announced, we could see an increase in the share price. But with just us having that early insight right now, we can actually infer based off of this information and actually decide to buy Tesla stock ahead of these events. And that kind of gives us investors that are really paying attention to the news an advantage over the more general Tesla investors that just buy off of the big news pieces. If something really good is announced, they decide to buy more, or if the stock goes up significantly, they decide to buy more. But whereas with us paying attention to these news pieces, we can get that early insight where people that aren't paying as much attention won't have that advantage. So that's why I do these videos, and the company and the stock itself are all very interrelated. And as always, of course, if you all do enjoy these Tesla videos and the news videos, please make sure to smash that like button. It really does help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and check out the stock price for today, and then we'll get right into this news piece. I actually have two news pieces for you all today. One is really interesting. It involves the Cybertruck, and then the other one is all about the Berlin Gigafactory and some really interesting progress we're seeing with that right now. So let's go ahead and check out the share price for Tesla. It's currently at plus 7.18% for yesterday, which was September 15th. And then in the after hours for that, we are at minus 0.84%. That's minus $3.76. So another fantastic day for Tesla yesterday. I'm excited to see what happens later on today in the normal market hours. But regardless, I'm just generally excited to see what happens with Tesla prior to Battery Day and as Battery Day occurs. I don't know about you all, but I did buy some shares yesterday and I'm continuing to buy when I have the funds. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this news piece for today. Like I said, the first one is going to be all about the Cybertruck. And for those of you familiar with the channel, you know that I'm really excited about the Cybertruck. By far, it is my favorite Tesla vehicle that is either released or unreleased. Now, I love the Roadster. If I ever got super rich, I would love to have one of those. And I'm a big fan of the Model S. For current vehicles out right now, I like the Model S the best. However, considering all factors, affordability, the value you get out of it for your money, and just the really cool features, I think the Cybertruck is just my favorite because it's pretty affordable. You have a lot of cool features like with the armored glass, and then you have that steel body and all of those things. And plus just the fact that it's not just your typical truck. It looks so futuristic. Anyways, you all know that I absolutely love the Cybertruck. It's by far the most hyped vehicle for me, and I'm really excited to see what happens next year as production starts to begin for that vehicle. And so this is all about the Cybertruck. Let's go ahead and check out this news piece. This is in relation to the cost per mileage capacity for the EVs right now. So let's go ahead and check out this tweet, and then I'll expand on it a little bit further. And so this was from a Twitter account called Zap EVs. Definitely check them out and check out this tweet for yourself. And it states, the average electric car in America costs $250 per mile of range. Surprisingly, Tesla's tri-motor Cybertruck has the lowest cost per mile of range despite being a full-size steel pickup truck. 500 miles for $69,900 is $140 per mile. Incredible bargain. So to just reiterate the main point of this tweet right here, of course we all understand there has been like the price breakdown on how much value you get for your money in terms of like the tri-motor, the single motor, and the dual motor Cybertruck. And basically the more motors you have, if you want to do simple math, basically the more motors you have or the more expensive it is in Tesla's case for the Cybertruck, the more value you're getting for your money. So I think with the first one, which is just the single motor, that's the least value out of the three that you get for your money. For the dual motor, that's like the second most valuable one that you get in terms of just what you spend on it out of those three. And then for the third, as it says right here, you get the most for your money out of those three. And especially you have a huge advantage in terms of the average cost per mile of range, in which the average is $250, whereas with the maxed out tri-motor Cybertruck, it's only $140 per mile. So of course, yes, I understand $70,000 is a lot for a vehicle, but in terms of you just wanting to get the most out of your EV at this point in time, the Cybertruck is a pretty big bargain in terms of just getting that mileage that you're looking for, especially for those that are looking for an EV with a lot of mileage. Personally, that's one of the main reasons that I want the maxed out Cybertruck instead of everything else. Also, you already know that 0 to 60 time is another reason at 2.9. I mean, how could you not want that though? Let's be real. How could you not want 0 to 60 in 2.9? But anyways, just addressing this, like I said, very cheap compared to the average of $250 per mile. And so this is going to be revolutionary. This is one of the main reasons why the new Cybertruck is going to be huge. And just this simple fact alone could propel a lot of customers to actually decide to get the tri-motor Cybertruck instead of the dual motor or single motor. There's actually a really big incentive here. It's not like you get less value for your money the more you spend. You actually get more and more value the more you spend, which is how it should be. So let's go ahead and check out this scatter plot that sort of puts everything on the map in terms of perspective, and then I'll show you some interesting things in terms of comparing the Cybertruck price to the rest of the competition. So let's go ahead and check this out, and then I'll explain things further. So as you can see, here's a scatter plot showing electric car price per mile of range, and so over here we have the price of the vehicle, and so at the bottom we have the range. So this is the range in mileage all the way up to 600 miles, and then this goes all the way up to 200K, which is the max on this chart since the Tesla Roadster is 200K. So the Tesla Roadster is the most expensive vehicle on this chart, and the least expensive is the Fiat 500e. So let's check out the interesting thing first. Of course, when it comes to what has the most mileage and what's the most expensive, the Tesla Roadster has the most mileage and it's the most expensive. It's not released yet. Then second, we have the Lucid Air Grand Touring. And before I get to this, like I said, the Roadster is $200,000. The Lucid Air Grand Touring, I believe, is supposed to be $139,000. So if you actually compare these two, they are on a similar range. If you look at the difference between these two, you have like 500 range for the Tesla Cybertruck. I don't know exactly what the Lucid Air Grand Touring is, but we can just have like a rough estimate here and just see the fact that there's not a huge difference between the range of the tri-motor Cybertruck and the Lucid Air Grand Touring, yet you have a huge difference in price with the Tesla Cybertruck tri-motor being at around $70,000, but the Lucid Air Grand Touring is at around $139,000. So a huge difference in cost, but not a significant difference in the actual mileage. And so if you look at the actual line right here, this is a point of significance as well, because this represents the average cost per mile of range for EVs in America, which is $250 per mile of range for a vehicle. And so if we look at the one that is actually under this cost and has the largest capacity, it is the Tesla Cybertruck. We really see a huge difference between the Lucid Air, in which it is over this average, of course, in terms of cost. Yet if we compare that to the tri-motor Cybertruck, it's under this average cost, and it's also still comparable to some vehicles in terms of expenses that don't get anywhere near the tri-motor Tesla Cybertruck range. So like with these plot points right here and these plot points right here as well. So we're seeing similar prices, but a big improvement in terms of average cost per mile of range with this Tesla Cybertruck tri-motor version. So this chart is absolutely huge, especially if you're someone that really values range in an EV and values getting the most for your money. The tri-motor is definitely something to consider if you're someone that is focused on getting the most value for your money, and also if you're someone that really cares about range and mileage. So that is a huge news piece in my opinion, because it just shows the drastic difference between what you're getting by paying for a Tesla Cybertruck, especially the tri-motor version, in comparison to everything else, which is pretty comparable in terms of price or much higher in price, yet also not as efficient in terms of the actual mileage range, unless we're talking about the Lucid Air Grand Touring, which is almost double the price of the maxed out Cybertruck. So this actually really gets me excited about the Cybertruck even further, and of course we greatly appreciate Zap EVs putting this into perspective with an easy readable graph showing everything and breaking this down. So I will be linking their article in the description that goes more in depth on that, but greatly appreciate that information, Zap EVs. And so so let's go ahead and get into this second news piece for today, which is about the Berlin Gigafactory, also known as Gigafactory number 4. So let's go ahead and check out this tweet and then I'll expand on it a little bit further. As you can see, this is from Twitter account GigaBerlin/Gigafactory4, and it's also known as @Gigafactory_4. So as always, we greatly appreciate this information and the images. And this tweet states, looks like the first machines for Giga Berlin already arrived. Never heard about Geico Taikisha. Seems to be an innovative Italian coding company. And then it drops the link there as well. And then it states any additional information, Toblin H, GF4 Tesla ? Thanks to Simone Catherine for the hint. And so as you can see, these are just a few images right here. We have a sign that states Smart Paint Shop, We See Beyond, Future is Now, Geico Taikisha, and Tesla Gigafactory Berlin. So just pretty cool advertising right there. I like the futuristic theme. And then we also have this as well with the sign above this little facility here. And then if we look at this one here, we have some outer packaging showing Geico Taikisha again. And then next up, we have some more things here as well. And so as this tweet requested, we did get a response from Tobias Lind. Someone stated, perhaps this is related to the next generation paint shop they are planning on. And then Tobias Lind, also known as @Tobi Lind H. I think I said the wrong a few seconds ago, but he states the plans in the application documents look very similar to the plans on their website, and the water tank of the 2017 design is what you see on photo number 4. And so we also got a response from GF4 Tesla, which that was requested from the original tweet as well, and they provide actually a few images that give some context as to what this company is all about. So it does state Smart Paint Shop. We saw that already in the pictures. And then this says right here, Geico is a world leader in the design and construction of turnkey automated auto body paint shops. So that's basically the key information of that tweet as well. So it's really interesting to see that we're already noticing a lot of progress happening, not only with the Gigafactory construction, but with also just equipment actually starting to be transported there already. So this is huge in terms of the progress for the Gigafactory. And then I also think the Cybertruck news is so huge. I think people really need to pay attention to that. And that was just such a good breakdown. So as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. And also feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. If you sign up with them over referral link, you'll get some free stocks. And especially with Webull right now, you can get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400. And all you have to do to get that is to sign up with my link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, you can take that $100 right back out after you get your free stocks. Just want to let you all know about that. But hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.